My mom told me not to talk to strangers on the internet, but I'm glad I didn't listen. We are the Certified Noonas, your sisters in the love of Asian entertainment.
Hi, I'm Amanda.
I'm Natalia.
And I'm Sky.
And we're here today. I just want to say that we recorded this in time for the topic, but it will only be coming out after the date in question. But we're here to do a Galentine's Day episode. Da-da-da-da. That's right. Not Valentine's Day, Galentine's Day, which is all about having your best buds of a lady, of a female presenting persuasion.
And Jessie did want to really come, but she got ill.
Yes.
So
it's actually very sad because this was like her idea. She wanted to bring this back because the last time we did Galentine's was 6 years ago. Something 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So she was actually really pumped, and then she got horribly sick. So send some like feel better vibes her way. But we just want to talk about some dramas. Like, do you like having lady friends?
Yes,
I do.
Who doesn't? Seriously.
Yeah, and so here's the thing that I gotta mention before we get into some what we're gonna do this episode is we're just gonna talk about shows that have really great female friendships in them. But I need to preface this by saying that if the show is primarily about female friendships, they are few and far in between. And this seems bizarre to me, but I understand from a pragmatic looking at the world the way it is.
Like, even if they are primarily about the female friendships, there's usually a romance in there somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's usually,
So if you're looking for like good female friendships, you're probably also going to be getting some men boo in there as well at some point.
Men boo.
And we are not going to be doing any, what's the word I'm looking for? Crossover with our last episode. But if you want to know what shows we talked about on that 5 years ago episode.
Back in 2020, we did talk about this.
We did talk about that. We did do a Galentine's Day episode. I'll link it wherever, like if you're on YouTube, it'll be up in the little corner. If you're you can go to our website, I'll link it on there too. So you can find it to see what we talked about then. We're not doing any overlap with the dramas there. We have picked new dramas with good female friendships to just chat about with y'all today, in case you were like, I really would like to watch some nice lady friendships, ladies getting along, getting up to shenanigans together, supporting each other, that sort of thing. We come bearing some recommendations. This is gonna be like a real casual episode because we are actually recording this on Valentine's Day. I'm not going out for dinner or anything.
My family has a tradition of going bowling on Valentine's Day as a family.
Nice.
When I was growing up, we didn't go out to dinner that much, but we used to go to Pizza Delight. There was a Pizza Delight in our hometown. And we used to go, and then we had like this decorated Valentine's Day box, and everyone would like make each other things. And like it would be me. I'm the youngest of 11, but only 4 of us, like since the age range are so wide, there were only 4 of us in the house when I was growing up, and we were all girls. So it would be me, my 3 sisters, my mom, my grandma, and then my poor dad also there. Just being like, I'm the one who pays for the pizza. Like, so. And it was nice, and it was nice having those things. But no, we don't. My husband and I we're getting sushi tomorrow, but we're not doing anything today because
when we were dating, my husband was like, "Listen, I love you, and I want to do Valentine's Day things and show you romance, but also I don't want to spend twice as much money for the same dinner as I would tomorrow.
Yeah.
So like, how about I take you out to a fancy restaurant some other time, and tonight we just chill." And so
that's kind of the vibe.
McDonald's and bowling was our thing. And then when we had kids, McDonald's and bowling is a great way to spend an evening, right? So now we just kind of stick with it.
Yeah. And And I assume you and your partner are just going to be playing some video games and hanging with the dog.
We're not really big holiday people in general at this point. Life's too whatever, but we're chilling.
Yeah,
like usual.
Yeah,
when we can.
Having a chill time. And so hopefully whatever you did for Valentine's Day, if you did anything, you had a good time. But we're here to tell you, get out of here, Valentine's Day. We're talking about something that happens on the 13th, Valentine's Day, which is your lady friends in a platonic manner. Not lesbians this time. We do love lesbians over here, but they were talking about they can be lesbians. But
the point is the
platonic friendship. Like lesbianism is not precluded from having female friends. Like that's obviously lesbians have platonic female friends. But we're here to just talk about female friendship. And we're just going to have a nice cash chat about dramas that we liked that featured some nice, healthy, platonic lady friends. Which they also will probably have various levels of healthy, romantic main plots, but that doesn't
because
that's not
if you have healthy female friendships, then you're more likely to have a healthy romantic relationship because your girls are going to go, oh no, girl, you got to walk away from that person.
Yeah,
and
your girls are going to look at this guy. Yeah, they're going to look at this guy and be like, that's a fucking scrub. And listen, if you need us to do that for you, like, please, like, you can be like, hey, y'all, I don't have any girlfriends, but I need to know. Is this like this dude did this? What should I do? And listen, I fear that if you do this, we do have a very strong dump his ass energy to us. So just keep that in mind if reaching out to us for relationship
He's just a
advice.
guy. Hit him with your car.
Hit him with your car. He's just a guy.
That's a meme for the
yes, we don't actually have
the FBI agent. My FBI agent that's currently listening.
Listen, we're in Canada, so Sky's FBI agent that listens into us too. Like, we're not actually gonna hit. I don't even own a car. I couldn't hit someone with a car if I wanted to. I live in a city. We don't have a car here, but that's what we're gonna do today. Anyway, regardless, we're just gonna talk about lady friendships in dramas that we liked. And we'll recommend to y'all. I guess I can get us started.
Sure.
As someone who grew up with many siblings, I think that one of the best sort of lady friendships that you can have is actually with someone that you're forced to be friends with because you live in the same house. And thus, sister relationships can also be friendships. I'm friends with some of my sisters. And so I would like to bring up the drama that I loved from last year called Perfect Match. It is a historical Chinese drama. It is 36 episodes long, which seems like a really long time, but it's like segmented because it'll be like 6 episodes with one sister and then 6 episodes with another sister, like focusing on their romantic exploits, but also what focuses a lot of this attention on is their lovely relationship with each other and their mom. And it's very much sort of a like Jane Austen vibe family setup. So, the mom needs to get the daughters all married, and the daughters have various levels of interest in such a thing, and are often up to schemes and up to shenanigans with one another, and it's really fun. It's really fun. And then, if you also like platonic male friendships, the various husbands that they get found join like a little cabal in sort of hazing the new husbands coming in. So it becomes sort of like there's like a dual friendship group situation. But the lady, like, they're so fun. These sisters are so lovely, and all of them have different personalities, and they all like help each other in different ways, and they have fights, and they get, they do every normal human things together. They run a business with their mom. Like, it's nice. It's just a nice show. I really liked it. And it is on Netflix. That's where it is. It's on Netflix. Cool. They recently on my drama list, they changed the Netflix logo thing. And so I was like, whoa, what the hell's that? And it was like light core Netflix. Or maybe it's because I'm on like dark mode that it just suddenly switched it to, anyway. It's very bizarre looking to me. It's like they inverted the Netflix logo. I was like, whoa. But yeah, perfect match. The 36 episodes really do fly by.
Nice.
I know that seems like a crazy thing to say. Like 36 episodes seems like a really long time. But it's a good show. And they're lovely. It's just lovely. Watching people be lovely.
So I'm going to piggyback on that. I'm going to give another C-drama historical.
Okay.
Flourished Peony. It was last year, 2025. For the record, I have not watched the follow-up sequel season, so I cannot attest to what that's doing. But Flourished Peony, it's a C-drama historical. There's some martial arts, but there's no like, there's not the magic. It's not fantasy, even though like. So I will say our lead gal, it's hard for me to quite remember like exactly. She comes from, she eventually goes through difficulties, and I don't want to spoil because there's a lot of stuff I could spoil. I don't want to spoil all that. A lot of difficulties. And even as she's going through difficulties, and she eventually wants to own a shop in order to make her own way in the world and to just, be able to support herself, which again, historical. So like, that's a tough thing to do back then. But even as she's struggling, she runs into other gals who are going through very, very difficult times as well. Very varying levels of like usually pretty rough stuff. And every step of the way, as she even is finding her success, or even when she's struggling, she's pulling other women up with her. Like that's a huge aspect of the show. So is there a romance line? Yes. Is that really the point of what we're doing every single episode? It's usually taking care of the girls, is herself, putting herself first and what her desires are to have her shops and stuff, and making sure that but the whole way that she eventually succeeds is all of these women that she's put around her are a part of her business exploits with all their varying levels of expertise and stuff. It is lovely. There's conflicts, there's misunderstandings. And so it's not just, hunky-dory all the time, but we work through it. And so that was a huge reason why I loved the show so much, because even when she had nothing, she found someone that was more abused than even her, and she pulled her with her the entire time. Like it was
nice.
And then even when she was successful and she would meet a new lady, she'd pull her into her success. So it was every step of the way she kept spreading her success around to not only the people close to her, but then even a new friend, she would have them come in. So I loved her character so much for all that. Like that was a great, great thing. So that is on iQIYI and Viki.
For anyone curious of where to watch that.
I will jump off of Sky's C-drama about business and talk about Viva Femina, which is a drama about 3 friends who are involved in basically plastic surgery and medical estheticians. One of them's a doctor. One of them is sort of the organizer of the business kind of thing. And it's a good drama about that really does center these female friendships and how they work together to create a business that flourishes, or, not like there's difficulties and there's all this stuff. There is definitely a romance line in it. I think it's Jasper Liu is in there.
It is indeed. It is indeed.
Worth mentioning,
This
Jasper.
ain't about him.
But that's not about him.
This ain't about him, but also, just so you know, as a little bonus, he is there.
So, and I just remember enjoying it. It was a good overall watch, and it's nice sometimes to see ladies do business, like just be good at it and enjoy the work. And there's stuff in it about like, kind of the idea of like plastic surgery being a way that like you make money off of the ladies who want to look nice or look better, but you can use that money then to help like burn victims and, you know, different stuff like that. So there's a lot of the value of medical esthetician and plastic surgery and stuff like that, the way that those can also have value in the world.
Nice. I want to like kind of bring in a real dark horse entry
Okay.
into this one. I want to, for your consideration, mention one of my favorite bizarre dramas, Doom at Your Service, where you're thinking, okay, we're real preoccupied with the whole you're dating the god of destruction and death. Like, that's great, okay? But also, your best friend is like this just absolute hot mess of an author, and you're also her editor, and also you tell each other everything, and also you spend all your time together, and she's lovely, and you're kind of like accidentally setting her up with the hot guy at the office. Love that energy. For anyone who doesn't know what Doing Your Service is, it's on like everything. It's on like Viki and Netflix, I think. This girl finds out she's an editor at an online novel company, and she finds out that she was dating a married man who she didn't know was married, obviously. And she's like, you know what, fuck this shit. And she's like having a really bad day, and then she finds out that she is dying and she's gonna die. And she's like, you know what? F this bullshit. You know what? Fuck the world. I hope the world gets destroyed. And unbeknownst to her, she is then overheard by the god of destruction, who's like, okay.
Hello,
it is I, and I am here to
assist your endeavors.
in that before you die. But the other plot line of this is that she has a hot mess best friend who's a romance author, has never gotten over getting ghosted by a dude back in high school, and is just such a mess. She's just such a mess, and their friendship is so funny because Park Bo Gum's character is the opposite of a mess.
Park Bo Gum.
Jesus Christ. Park Bo Young. Sorry, Park Bo Gum is a man, okay? He's not in this. He's not involved in this. I was just watching Good Boy, so like he's back on my mind. Sorry, Park Bo Young. And she just, is very competent, but just bad luck. And the two of them together are such fun. And I just like them, and I think they're a fun part of the show. So that's why I just wanted to bring in that dark horse for y'all, because I feel like a lot of people do get caught up on the whole. This is a real hot man parade on this one. I'm going to be real, but more importantly, you've got the perfect balance of best friend, and it's the perfect It's the perfect best friend duo, which is like competent, exasperated, and hot mess out of her mind. Like that's like a chef's kiss. That's been, my best friendships all throughout my life. Look at you, Sky. And then for anyone watching, you can guess which one of us is which. It's not that hard to figure out.
So if we're playing Dark Horse, I'll play that game.
All right, Dark Horses.
And I raise you my Dearest.
Oh, yes.
So from 2023, as far as the first season, however you want to, first half, it came out weird. Don't mind that. And is my Dearest mostly about like this epic, really sad love story moment? Sure. But I mean, I'm going to preface: sad. Everything's sad. Everything's hard. Lots of suffering. It's wartime, awful. But like our lead character gal, Yugilche, she starts off being really, really egotistical. Like she knows she's the hot shit because she is. Like all the dudes want her, which valid. And she even has like a rivalry with our other main lady, who's just very sweet. But anyway, whenever trauma comes to call for everybody,
which is
pretty quick,
every episode at least at one point.
Yeah, like you get a few you get some fun for a few episodes of her getting to be egotistical for a while, and then you're thrown into like horrific stuff. But the ladies have to band together to survive. And so you have Gilche and her main servant gal, and then you have Une and then her servant girl. So like the rivals, quote unquote, which like Gilche's the only one that sees this gal as her rival. It's a whole thing.
The girl's like, we're just friends. We're such good friends. We're such best friends.
And her like maidservant person who is very, very pregnant. Okay. Yes. And so we are on the run from murderous people with a very pregnant lady who could pop any second. Like that, it's a thing. So these ladies really, they have to struggle to survive together. And it's not just like, oh, one episode. Like this is an ongoing, difficult
That's sort of the whole show, really. Is
that plus like the tortured love story aspect. But her growth, and it's not like, ooh, she just grows up automatically. Like she goes through a lot of stuff, but she, even if she's kind of doing things begrudgingly, like in her head, she is still very much taking care of these ladies every step of the way, even if that's not, she was kind of just a princess type thing. Like she was a cherished, noble lady. And so it's not like she knows how to do a lot of this. And right out of the gate, she just kind of throws herself into, she's taking care of these ladies, but she never says it out loud. She just does it through her actions constantly. And that's what grows her up a lot. And then things get worse, and she gets eventually kind of thrown into slavery moment. And even with
things get real bad.
It's real hard. Let's be real. But even there, it's not that she's just paying attention to herself. She looks around her and helps the lady. Like, so these are friendships, but like survival friendships, and so they're very deep. But it's not like it's not cutesy. It's the hard part. But I think it was all of that is like why it wasn't just the survival. It was taking care of other people that actually grew her up to be, through the trauma, what she became. Which like.
And if you're like super interested in hearing more thoughts on the show, Sky and I did a real deep dive episode last year. Sky and I occasionally, when we're left to our own devices, we just force, because we are best friends, we just force the other one to watch one of our shows. And then we then make their talk about it publicly.
So as far as where to find it, Cocoa is where you're going to find it. It looks like you can kind of do the Cocoa through Amazon thing, like however you want to.
However, whoever Cocoa is working with these days.
Yeah, like beats me on that. But
it's on Cocoa, man.
It says Apple TV too. I don't know if I trust that or not.
It always says Apple TV. It's real.
Yeah.
But when I think of, so like, yes, My Dearest is one of my favorite dramas of all time, but like I really do think a huge aspect of the plot is her taking care of these ladies. And so it is, and of course the baby gets born, and then that's a whole person to take care of. It's a whole thing. But as far as is it fun?
No.
Oh, I don't know. It's pretty hard.
Listen, it's not fun, but it's good. Sometimes no. That's just the way it is.
If there's, go for it.
No, I was just going to say, I'm going to keep on the dark with something that was fun and enjoyable, but is also quite dark because it's about serial killers. Inspector Coup, which is basically like a Lady Sherlock Holmes situation happening. And basically all the main characters are women. There's a couple of subordinate guys that are there. One of them is like silent through like half the series because he's got a thing about talking to people and being shy, and it's a whole thing. So, I mean, like the guys are there, but there's no romance. There's no, like, it's, the boys are there to do the bidding of the women. basically.
Very much so. Which,
as it should be.
good for them. Good for them.
The reason why, for me, it's a Galentine's situation is that the base premise is that this one woman, the main character, Inspector Coup, she is she has no job. She basically went overboard on a case in the past. Stuff happened. She is an alcoholic who doesn't do anything, but she's a genius. And somebody she used to work with works for an insurance company now, and there is some suspicious deaths. And she's like, we don't want to pay out on this because we are pretty sure this accident is not an accident. This person, it doesn't feel right, but I can't figure out why. So I'm going to bring you the case and say, solve it. And she, can pretty much look at it and go, oh yeah, because this, the Sherlock Holmes sort of situation where it's like, I made all those connections just from looking at this, whatever. And so they start working together, and then they start to discover that there's a connection between all these seemingly random situations. And that's a lady serial killer, and she's a genius, and she's setting up, and that's not giving anything away. That's in the description. That's it.
Yeah.
She's
I love seeing women in male-dominated fields.
And she is crazy, but she's also crazy.
She's psychotic,
and it is
she's
very much
crazy.
Again, to bring it back around to the Sherlock Holmes thing, it is very much like a Sherlock Holmes Moriarty thing, where they're both geniuses. They're both making connections. They're both, but one of them is definitely using their powers for evil, and the other one is trying to use their powers for good. And it is intense, and the soundtrack is fantastic. Everything about it it's very tight. It's a very tight show where everything works well together, but a lot of the premise of it is this one insurance worker. She's not just trying to help herself. She is trying to help this person who she has been friends with in the past to come out of her slump, to come back into the world, to stop being a drunken mess and have friends and be a person and do your stuff and not just wallow in this mire that you've sunk into. And so I think, well, it's a really good story about crime. It's also a really good story about friendships and how you can help each other to be better.
You know what? This is a perfect for me to launch off of, because I got something completely different where really the female friends are not helping each other to be better. They're helping each other to be definitely worse in fun ways. And this is going to be bizarre that I just said that, but if you've seen it, I'm right. And that is the drama Business Proposal, where these women are they're the best friends you've ever seen, and they are basically helping each other fraud men, which
women's rights, women's wrong.
Listen, but it's not actual fraud. It's that one of them, so it's two best friends. One's from a poor family and one's from a rich family. And the lady from the rich family, her dad wants her to get married to a chaebol, okay? And she's like, I don't want to do this. So she basically, her and her best friend concoct schemes to ruin all of these blind dates. And this is the setup is that she then sends in her friend on a blind date with a chaebol, and the friend goes so overboard, fake boobs, tacky, the sluttiest, a little slutty outfit moment, talking about how much she loves her boob job, how much she loves money, sinking what she thinks. But meanwhile, this guy does not actually care who he marries, and is I'll marry anyone. I just want to I want to get back to work. So my grandpa's really bugging me to get married. So he's yeah, sure, let's get married. And then she's oh fuck, and that's the setup to this whole thing. Where she,
but I do love the friendship.
But the friendship in it is so good because they are constantly doing shit. Like, they are menaces together, but mostly they're menaces to, like, the poor woman's parents because they'll show up drunk at the parents' chicken restaurant all the time. And she's just been adopted as, like, another daughter because her dad's a piece of shit and doesn't like her. But there's also an additional frenemy situation that is also, like, a crux of comedy in this. Whereas the rich chaebol lady has, like, a cousin who's very jealous of her and is constantly trying to outdo her. And meanwhile, she's like, I don't care what you do. Like, I'm not competing with you. And they slowly actually kind of become friends, weirdly, which culminates in the funniest scene in the show where the cousin is in the car crying and she goes, you need to help me. You know I have no chingoos.
I was going to say, that's what it is. I have no chingoos, right?
Chingoos.
And so they got kind of chingoos after that.
So they're like friends. But the two main girls in this have such a good friendship and they're always up to shenanigans.
Oh, they're funny.
Always up to shenanigans. And you love them so much because their shenanigans really cause chaos, but like not harmful chaos, like really harmless chaos. And there's also like a really nice, like, there's three women who like they work together in this like food company, and like they have a nice like work friendship too, of like a younger woman, an older woman, and then the main character like bonding, and it's nice. It's just there's a lot of positive lady things happening in it. And then it's also just a funny show. Like if you just like a funny rom-com, there's nothing that gets too dark in this. Like it's pretty like oh no, grandpa gets sick at some point. Like it's not that bad. It's not that bad. And it's only like 12 episodes and it's on Netflix. So like it's a quick watch and it's fun. And I might actually go watch it after we're done here because it's just such a fun vibe. Good Valentine's Day vibe, you know?
It is a good Valentine's Day vibe. So I feel like along the very similar vein to that is Her Private Life.
Yes.
On Netflix. So same. But is the point that she's like a successful museum curator and but like at night she is a idol fan site person and she tries to hide that from her professional life, but it's all over her apartment. And then is there kind of like a love-hate relationship? Yeah. But the point is, what we're talking about today is she has a bestie, and her bestie, so of course our lead girl played by Park Min-young, she is single, but she's busy with her career and her fangirling, and her bestie runs a restaurant, like a coffee shop, is married. I feel like they might have had a kid. I feel like they have a kiddo, but she is her fangirl friend too. So like they do idol fangirl stuff together when she's not busy with family stuff. And so they have such a fun friendship. She's pretty much in every episode, often as support, but like you're in her coffee shop a lot, but them doing fangirl stuff together is always just such a joy. But then also like, so you get the deets on all the drama that way. That's often how the audience knows what's going on and stuff. I just love them. I've always loved them. They're a big part of why I really enjoy that show so much, because it's not that she's just by herself doing her idol fangirl stuff. The fact that her best friend goes and does like a pilgrimage to go, oh, he ate here, let's go eat there and take some pictures. You know, like that's things people actually do. So like it humanizes the fangirl experience to not just her being a solo person going to the events, taking professional pictures and putting them on a website. She gets to have camaraderie through it too, and then they talk about the idol a lot as well. So like it's really cute how they get to do that and stuff.
And it also leads to the biggest ally in Korean like K-dramas ever, where the main dude sees two women just having a great time together and immediately says, they must be lesbians. So he's like,
power to you, ladies.
I'm gonna protect you. I'm gonna be a lesbian protector. And meanwhile, they're like, what? No. Nah, this is just what women do together. We're just friends. Like, women hug each other and stuff. Don't worry. Like, you men can be like emotionally weird on your own.
That misunderstanding lasts multiple episodes.
Yes.
Like,
and amusing. But what I actually liked about this, and in her private life, this lesbian misunderstanding, is that it's never treated mean-spiritedly.
No.
Like, because a lot of times they'll treat it sort of like a joke, but he is serious. Like, he might, at this point in the show, he doesn't even like her.
He will protect her privacy.
Yeah. He doesn't like her as a person. Like, it's not like he doesn't like her romantically. He does not, they do not jive at this moment. And he's like, I'm going to protect you, girl. No one will ever know about you and your secret lesbian lover on my watch. It's not going to come out of my mouth.
Because he even figures out, that one girl's married. No. Like, he's having all these thoughts, and he's like,
she must have been forced into a marriage. Yeah. It's great. It's great. It's such a great, like, I love it. I love that show. It's good.
But the friendship is really, it's a source of drama sometimes, but it's really fun.
Yeah. I just saw an older, like in her 40s K-pop fan on Instagram talking about how she's recently got into it and stuff. And she said, like, ladies, it's hard to make friends when you get older. But she said, if you want to make friends, I went to see the Stray Kids movie in the theater, and I have friendship bracelets, and I have these girls who were half my age are like, hey, let's be buddies. Like, you can
give me your
friends.
Instagram. Let's chat.
You can make friends through, and it's not just K-pop, but like any hobby.
Yeah, this is just good advice to anyone of any gender out there. If you want to make friends as an adult, get a hobby that involves other people. Yeah. That's it. And then just go do that hobby with other people. Like,
or even online, just hit somebody up.
Yeah. Like, just join a Discord channel about some bullshit. Like, you can make friends. You can make friends anywhere. You just have to be a semi-interesting person. And usually the easy way of doing that is just get a hobby.
But I know it can feel really awkward in the beginning. It really can. Like, but as the longer you're in various hobby spaces, the more you get used to being like, okay, we have a shared interest. We can talk about said shared interest. And if you click with somebody, you might as well talk a little bit more. It's all cool.
We'd known each other for like a year, and then we went camping together. Like, that's
none of us.
That's a lot.
None of us got murdered.
Exactly. So,
and two of us even went to a different country to do so.
Yeah.
Like, we did international camping. Like, just go join the rock climbing club or something. Get something. Just do whatever. Like, go take a cooking class. Take like one of those little like intro to pottery classes that they have. Like, just you can find.
Well, I'm just saying it doesn't have to be physically in person. It can be online.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's how we met. Mm-hmm. We met on Twitter. Rip.
Yeah.
Back in the day, in the before times. We are no longer on Twitter. You can find us on Bluesky. That's where you log in.
Hit us with one, Amanda.
One of the dramas that I feel like I talk about a lot on this podcast, but I feel like I would be remiss to not bring it up now, is 20th Century Boy and Girl. Because, while Boy and Girl is in the title and there is a lovely romance, really, it's largely about this girl and her two best friends. So there's like these three girls, and they've been besties since like grade school. One of them becomes a super famous actress, and they still stay besties. They are so tight. And back in their sort of middle school days, there was also a boy who was like part of their crew. And they've sort of lost touch with him, but now he's moved back into town. And, romance, but also friendship. Like, initially, it's very, like, the three girls are just like, okay, you're back. Come on in, kind of thing. So, but, like, the friendship is just so good. And it's so, like, sort of like what Natalia was saying about like the way that they are, come home drunk and they get, and the parents are always like, oh my God, these kids, right? But like, it's just
Chaos
good.
Gremlins,
It's like they all love each other and they're all very unique characters and have different lives. Like, but they're still all immediately there for, like, if you need me, I am there for you. No questions asked. No, like at the drop of the hat. Does this mean I might lose a, brand endorsement deal? I don't care because my girls need me. So I will miss this red carpet event, or I will, like we are doing the things we have to do because, parents die, boyfriends leave, but your girls are your girls. And so that's their priority in life. And and it's a soft, sweet show that really has like, every time there's something that you're like, oh, this could go poorly. The poorly is like, boy, I'm disappointed. Darn it, kind of thing. Like, and then
thumbs down. Yeah.
And then something good happens later. Like it's very nice.
Nice. Shall we each do one more and then let people enjoy their week?
I think I have 2 I want to do, but sure.
Okay. You can do 2 one after another.
Sure.
I want to bring up another just sort of
I think I have 3.
random one that you wouldn't normally think of, but I actually wanted to bring up, it was very popular when it came out, but Extraordinary Attorney Woo, which is very sweet, and it's about an autistic lawyer lady and her green flag paralegal boyfriend, who's so sweet and understanding and wonderful, but also she has 2 best friends. And one of them knows she's her best friend, and the other one finds out throughout the show that she is this woman's best friend. So one is just like her just longtime childhood best friend, who is basically like this lady's protector. Like anyone says some bad shit about her autistic friend, she gonna deal with them. And the other one is just her coworker who she went to college with, who does not realize that this autistic lawyer lady really likes her. And has constantly felt like really sort of annoyed having to deal with her, but then very like while working together realizes, oh wait, she sees me as like a good friend, and I could also see her as a good friend, not as like an annoyance in my life. And it's really quite nice. And she's always looking out for her because it starts out with her looking out for her because she's like, she's disabled, and that's what I should do as a good person. But then over the show evolves into, I'm looking out for you because I actually just like you as a person. And it's nice. I like lady friendships like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all I want to say. It's a good show. It is very legal heavy, and it's like kind of sad because she gets treated so poorly for being autistic, but like the female friendships in it are lovely. And so I do recommend it, which, everyone who watched it when it came out also said everyone should be watching this. It's not like news.
Well, it is like legal heavy. It's sort of legal heavy light. Like it's not a lot of like serial killer situations and stuff. It's like city boundaries and like, stuff that is life altering for the people involved, but it's not like if your heart can't take heavy, it never gets real heavy with the law. Yeah.
And also if you if you want to see the if we're gonna mention men, literally the blueprint like for good dude boyfriend, this one's got it. Like he's the world's nicest man. Just And not in a like, oh, he's pitying her, which is what everyone thinks about him. He's like, no, I just think that she's interesting and fun. like she's just cool. Like I love the whale thing.
And the actor is coming out of the military, so they're setting up for season 2. So go watch season 1 so that you're ready for season 2 when it gets here.
Yes.
So I'm going to share a couple or 3, but I will be fast. So I want to mention Nightflower. Is the crux of Nightflower the fact that like she's a quote unquote widow and she gets dressed? So historical setting, Korean historical setting. Let me preface, because like, why would a modern widow be doing this? Like, that would be really funny.
That'd be strange, but
yeah,
go off, King.
So back in the day, widows didn't really get to do literally anything, and so what she does is she dresses in black, kind of as a vigilante at night, and goes and like does good stuff, really to kind of combat like unfair treatment of XYZ person. I'm bringing it up though because she, in the midst of doing that, she goes and like helps other like young widows, because some widows ultimately are like told to starve to death or poison themselves. Like there's just a lot there. There's a lot of defending women is why I'm bringing this up. Also, she has a lovely friendship with like her like her maid person, and they're like really good friends, and like as far as who actually has the brains, the maid is the brains of this friendship for sure. Like she's the one that keeps it going. Like she needs that help. So I just think lovely friendship, but also a lot of defending women and stuff. Like that's great. You also get some nasty villain women too. You get the whole spectrum of gals with that. I'm remiss. I would be remiss if I don't say something about Happy Once Again / One More Happy Ending, however you want to reference that K-drama from back in 2016. There's a lot to love about this drama. There's great romance stuff. Whatever. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the fact that on the poster even, we have 4 ladies and they're besties, and they're all very, very, very different. And just they really rely on each other a lot. The friends are friending all the time. It's been a couple of years since I watched it, so I won't be able to give you a ton of details, but I remember what I liked about it is how drastically different their personalities were and how they would still support each other in various ways, knowing like, oh, she's kind of the shy one, and so we're not going to necessarily make her go do the thing that the really extroverted ones support the extroverted one and doing extroverted things. So like there was a lot of much different friends, but they were lovely. So like super love that one. Vicky, Cocoa, Prime, it's probably lots of places.
It's not on Vicky anymore. It's on Cocoa though.
Cocoa, sorry.
Yeah. No, it used to be on Vicky, but it's like now it's like
I feel like it's been a lot of places.
Yeah.
And then it kind of floats around. I also really want to highlight really quickly, since Jessie's not with us, I feel like she would have brought up Love Between Lines, C-drama from 2026. It started in January. It started, all in January this year. Again, there's a lot going on with the plot. It's great. Love it. But the reason I'm bringing it up is the best friends. Like Jessie recently, even when she was on our What We're Watching episode, she highlighted the best friends in this. And they are lovely. And it's another example of like, it's not just that, oh, the best friend in passing. No, like the best friend gives her a temporary place to stay above her coffee shop, gives her, she goes and helps at the coffee shop all the time, not just during busy times, but like they support each other through everything. And they're much more like sister, like very, very, very close friends. And and so it's funny when you kind of hide something from your best friend and when they finally figure something out, it's way more funny. But really, they're a big aspect of even how the romance works. You have to give credence to the friendship. And so if a man ever is even interested in either of these ladies, they better be supporting the other bestie, because that's just the way that
that's just how
they
it's going
function.
to go.
And so like it felt very realistic with how the girls interacted with each other. And that one is
It's on Vicky and Aichi.
Yep. We watched it both sides too. I remember that.
I watched it on Aichi, and I think you watched it on Vicky. So
Yep.
Pick your poison, friends. Amanda, do you got one to send us
kind of
out?
like Sky. I'm gonna give it a little speed around, and because there's a few that I feel like I need to give folks.
Quickly mention.
Be Melodramatic, K-drama about best friends who come together when one friend's boyfriend, fiance, live-in lover situation, he dies, and she is not doing okay. And her brother is like, I need help, because she's doing really not okay. And it is a very, in many ways, lighthearted, fun, comedic drama that has a really deep through line of grief and mental illness and friendship, and how can you be there for people who need you. And one of them's a single mom, and so there's this kind of co-parenting situation that's going on with these three women and her brother who are helping raise this kid as a village. There's it's a very interesting, and there's some romance in it, but that is definitely not the main point at all. In fact, some of the romances, quotation marks, that you think you're seeing are not at all. In the end, you find out no, they were always just friends. She's dating somebody else. There's things like that. It's very the romance is not. The romance is a plot for developing the friendships of the people involved in the romances more than it is about the romance. Another one, Birthcare Center, which is about women in a birth care center where they've all recently given birth, and you go stay for a week or a month or whatever in a place where people will cook for you and help you. There will be nursing consultants who can help you with your latch and, all this stuff. And it's sort of a friendship, frenemy kind of thing of these women who are brought together in a moment of time, who maybe don't ever speak to each other again afterwards. But in this moment, we're all going through something together. And we are, even if I don't like you, kind of going to support you in that, because we're all doing this thing and we got to get through it. Sort of similarly, Idol the Coup, about a girl group that has had one big hit and went downhill, and they're going to be disbanded. And they're like, you know what? No, we're not going out without a fight. And so it's a whole story about their struggle to have one more hit and to be relevant again, and to at least go out on their own terms, go out on top, go out on their own terms. And it's really a good story. And I cried a lot. And speaking of tears, 39, which is a K-drama about besties who are 39 and on the cusp of turning 40. One of them gets a cancer diagnosis, and what does that mean for your friendships, and how does that put things into perspective about your jobs, your love lives, your all these things, when suddenly one of you might not have those things at all, things that you've been going, well, but I'm only 40 or I'm only 39, right? And then maybe I don't have more, so maybe I need to readjust. And it's a really good story about really solid friendships. And it's not always pretty. It's because friendships aren't always pretty. Sometimes they're difficult, and that's okay.
Yeah. And speaking of that, these three friends are going to bid ye adieu. So you can go enjoy your week. We hope that you enjoyed hanging out with us and maybe got some good recs to add to your watch list if you haven't seen all of these already. I'd actually be surprised if there was someone who was like, yeah, I've seen every single one that they mentioned.
Right?
It's possible.
It's possible.
I mean, Natalia maybe, but
I haven't seen Birthcare Center, so
fair. Yeah.
But anyway, we hope that you have a fantastic time listening to us. And if you're new here and you would like to listen to more, we've got 7 years of stuff that we've been doing. I will admit, year 1, little rough. You could probably start year 2. That's fine. That's okay. And all of that is available on YouTube in video. It's available on wherever audio podcasts can be found. You got your Spotify, you got your Apple iTunes, all that. And it's also always available on our website, certifiednoonas.com, where every episode, I do believe, since I started making the website, should be up there. And that's where you can find links to all the dramas that we mentioned here. They will be on the post. It'll be linked below wherever you are watching or listening to this. It should be linked there that you can go and you can find links to all the shows. So you can, if one sounded really good, you can check it out. And if we sounded really good and you're like, wow, I would love to send them a little tip of my hat and a tip of my coin to thank them for the work that they do, you can go to patreon.com/certified Noonas and join the Certified Found family. They're a found family on the web. We love them. They're great. We have a movie night every month. We occasionally have little extra mini episodes for them about various things that we wouldn't want to put on main. Nothing salacious, just like, maybe a little more opinionated than normal. You know what I mean? And, they've been supporting us for like 5 years now since we started the Patreon, and they're fantastic. We love them. Anyway, we hope you have a fantastic week. Maybe get out there, spend some time with your girlfriends if you want to, and you have some that are near you, or make a little online video call and have a nice little girls' night that way. We do that all the time. Anyway, we hope you have a fantastic week. Take care of yourself. Wash your hands. Wear a mask because the flu took Jessie out, and we don't want it to take you out.
Mm-hmm.
As well. And as always, keep enjoying Asian entertainment. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.